Welcome to Diocese Insight, where we take some time to share with you the different events and programs in the Catholic Church here in the Rio Grande Valley. We are delighted today to have with us Lydia Mendez, who has for the past 9 years been working with natural family planning. Thank you for joining us today, Lydia.
Gracias.
Well,
thank you. Buen día a todos. How are you?
Well, it's been a real pleasure to talk to you over the years and hear more and more about how you have been helping couples to discover the beauty of natural family planning. Tell us a little bit about what that is, because some of our viewers may not be very familiar. They may have heard of it, but they need some more information, some more background on it.
Yes, natural family planning is really more than planning a family. It's a method of discovering the fertility of the man and the woman, and through that, know when the woman is fertile, and that way they can choose, if they choose to have a baby, they can then have marital relations on those days. And if they want to postpone a pregnancy, when the couple learns when the woman is fertile or not, whenever she's infertile, then if they wish to postpone pregnancy, is when marital relations the couple can have marital relations. So natural family planning is a method of postponing a family or achieving pregnancy as well. And it is also very useful for women to monitor their reproductive health. It is not only used by married couples in this sense. It is single women and also women that are having difficulties with their cycles come and see us, and we work together with the doctors to help them get a diagnosis. So it is a way of family planning for postponing pregnancy, for achieving pregnancy, and also for the health of the woman or the teenage girl.
Now, what do you tell couples who come in with preconceived notions? Because sometimes we speak from ignorance and we say, well, Lydia, I've heard that it's very cumbersome and it's very detailed or very difficult or very scientific. What do you tell couples? Because that must be something that you get often.
Yeah, some of the attitude is like fear more than anything. That's what I have seen. And I think we fear something that we really don't know. And then a seminar that I had last week, for example, there was this medical person that they were in the medical profession, and they were saying, no, this method doesn't really work. It's very ineffective for postponing a pregnancy. So those are the preconceptions that some couples come with. So whenever you come and you learn with us, we teach you the science of the method and how effective it is. It is science-based, and it is as effective as the pill on postponing pregnancy.
And healthier, I imagine.
I'm sorry?
And healthier than the pill, than using the pill.
Of course it is, because the usually contraception is being aimed for the woman. And with hormones that are synthetic or using devices, is usually most of the couples is what they usually do. And it harms the body. It harms the way the woman is in the natural state of the woman. So it can have a lot of side effects for women. So if it is sometimes a reason to avoid pregnancy as well, because there might be health issues and other things happening that the doctors sometimes recommend, it's better that you don't get pregnant anymore. What I have seen also is that they tell the women and the couples that this method is not going to work either. And sometimes couples make a decision to do something drastic about their fertility. And this is also contraception. So those are the options that they give us are not very good on the medical community, because very few doctors are really knowledgeable about natural family planning. So when couples come and learn that it can be useful also in every single stage of their reproductive life, is something that really we celebrate, that they learn and that they little by little, that fear that they had of what they didn't know, it fades away, and then the trust in the learning process really begin, and also they believe in their heart that this is a method that really was designed. The body was designed by God, and we should honor it. And couples that use natural family planning are really honoring themselves as being a husband and wife, a man and a woman.
And I understand that it's a beautiful way to open up communication between a husband and a wife. That there is really just this purity to their communication.
It is wonderful because the couple is really deciding, is trusting in each other for this gift of fertility. And they decide and they see how is it that I am as a woman in this stage of my menstrual cycle. Am I fertile, am I not? Can we have a baby right now, can we not? Yesterday, pardon. Yesterday I had a couple, very beautiful, they're engaged, in pure, wonderful couple. And the young man is telling me, Lydia, how can I help my fiancé to learn this better? What can I do so I can really continue taking care of this that we're just beginning? How can I help her better in the method? Now, to see a young man, mid-20s, talking about this and the way he wants to care for his future bride, it's just wonderful. And it is a way that, yes, men really get involved in planning a family. It's not the woman that is just going to be left on the side, using devices or taking drugs, synthetic drugs. So it is also communication on how is it that you are. You know, it's not only about the body, but about also all of the feelings that arise through our menstrual cycle as women. So really, men really get to know us better, and we get to know ourselves as women better as well. So it is really an open way of living, trusting in the gift of fertility.
Absolutely. It's a real win-win situation for the couple. You've had many success stories where people have tried to get pregnant and haven't had any success in going to the different doctors and trying different approaches. Tell us a little bit about some of those success stories.
Wow, yes. I was thinking the other day, I started doing this 9 years ago, and a baby that was conceived through this method that this couple couldn't have babies is now 8 years old. And I'm just so wonderful. So how is this method able to help couples conceive when they have tried medical ways and it hasn't really happened? It is totally based on science. And when the couple is able to identify when she's really fertile, when the woman is really most fertile, it is when we do a specific recommendations on the couple. In each case is different. But I remember this particular case because the lady, the young woman, had just gotten married. And she has been on the pill for 10 years for medical reasons, since she was a teenager. So then the use of the pill damaged fertility many times. So in this case, she couldn't conceive. So she gets married, and instead of starting using the pill, which a lot of couples do when they get married, she ditched the pill because they wanted to have a baby. So about a year passed and nothing. So through this method, they were able to conceive, and we were able to see that there were some issues on her fertility, and with the intervention of doctors, we worked together with their doctors. It was a very successful pregnancy because it took a few months for her to get pregnant, but then she also recovered her health. She didn't know that she had some issues that most likely were caused because of the use of the contraceptive pill for about 10 years.
And that's what a lot of young women don't understand, is that the pill is actually harmful.
That's right, and as I was saying, many women are not using the pill for a contraception method, but for health reasons. As any medication, it can have different kinds of side effects. And I want to take an opportunity to talk to you about it if you are a woman that right now that you are on the pill for a medical reason, or for the doctor is telling you before you conceive you have to be on the pill, come and see us, really, because Dr. Pilar Vigil, she's an eminence on gynecology, and she trains doctors all over the world. And she has said, I was trained by her on fertility, on Teen Star, which is another system. So I met her and I talked to her. I've gone to conferences with her. So what she is telling us is that about 90% of the women that are on the pill for medical reason don't need the pill. They need a diagnosis. And through the Billings ovulation method, which is what we teach, what I teach, we can help you get a diagnosis. And once the doctor gives you the treatment for a condition that women don't know they have, then the menstrual cycle regulates. Ovulation is a natural occurrence. So most women don't really need to be on the pill. What they need is to find out what is really wrong with them and then get the right treatment. And then they can avoid the side effects of the pill. There is a study also that came out recently about how the use of the pill is linked with depression and with anxiety. And what group age do you think is more susceptible to that? Teenagers.
Wow, incredible.
Now we have a lot of teenagers that are put on the pill for medical reasons. So as younger,
even to clear acne, I understand. That was baffling to me. That why would you prescribe the pill to a young woman for acne?
Yes.
And for a variety of other reasons.
They even do it for that and for other reasons. Sometimes they have very abnormal bleedings, painful, continuous bleeding for many, many days. And obviously, when they go to the doctor and they give them the pill, it's just going to put like a little patch on a wound that has not really been cured. So it is masking really and possibly delaying for the woman to get a diagnosis. I remember we had a client that her daughter was put on the pill for medical reasons. She was a teenager. So what happens? They start using one and then they start having side effects. And then they switch into another one or another system. But what is this? And then the mother decided to take her off the pill. And then things got really worse. Because the real reason for this condition of the teenage girl had not been addressed. So through the Billings ovulation method, we can really help and work with your doctors to help you get a diagnosis and the right treatment.
Absolutely. Well, so you have ongoing workshops for families or for couples, and then you meet with them privately as well?
Yes, I actually want to invite all of you because we're having every second Saturday of the month, we have a workshop, a seminar in San Juan, in St. John the Baptist Church. And we begin at 9. It's from 9 to 1 p.m. It is for everybody's invited. You can give us a call and we can sign you in really easily. So this is to learn about natural family planning and the teachings of the church through Humanae Vitae. It is a wonderful program. We invite all of you, especially you couples that are engaged, or you married couples, that you're looking for something that you don't know, what do I do, you know? I received a call the other day saying, "Excuse, I don't know what to do. Excuse, my doctor is telling me this. Excuse, I know that contraception is wrong. Excuse, come and see us." And in this seminar, you will learn how the method works, and also how you can help couples that are having infertility issues. And we guide them through this, and then also for women that have abnormalities with their cycles. So this is a workshop, this is a seminar, and for the couples that wish to continue and really getting deep into learning and making this method part of their life, then we have private appointments in our McAllen location, in our offices in McAllen, or we also do appointments by Skype.
Excellent. So there's a lot of resources out there that are available for couples, no matter at what stage in their marriage they might be in, whether it's a new couple, an engaged couple,
yes,
or whether it's a couple who's been married for years and who has been trying to get pregnant, or couples who are looking for how to postpone, as you say,
Yes.
their.
Another thing that I wanted to mention is this method is good for in any stage of the reproductive life of the woman. When she just gave birth, if she's nursing a baby, on premenopause as well, and also from the beginning of their menstrual cycles when they're young girls, if they're having issues with their menstrual cycles. So it is more than, like I said, it's something pure. It's something that is good for families and good for couples.
Lydia, how did you become involved? What piqued your interest in becoming trained and more aware of the natural family planning methods?
Wow, it was a question that a wonderful nun asked me after I was coming out of Mass. We were coming out of a Mass celebrating the crowning of our Virgin Mary. And then she says, Lydia, what are you doing for the church? And then I said, I never thought about it before. And right there I answered, I want to do natural family planning. And that's how it began. So I went to get trained with the best in the nation, and I started teaching couples. And it was the most wonderful thing that I could have decided to do, to teach this mystery of womanhood and of this shared fertility that the couples have. So I started doing this 9 years ago. And eventually I became a supervisor of new teachers. And 2 years after that, I became a trainer. So I am also a trainer, and we train new teachers in different states in the nation.
Excellent, excellent. So what advice do you have for people who still may be a little hesitant about natural family planning?
Well, I would like to tell you, don't be afraid. We are afraid of what we don't know. And don't hesitate. You know, I always tell couples, don't wait. The worst thing we can do is to just put it on the side and say, okay, later on, or maybe not right now. Come and see us. How do you know if this is going to work for you if you don't start this? So today, this is the day, and we're here to serve you. And we really want to invite you in to be part of this celebration of the gift of life that God has for us all.
Now I know that you must hear from many couples who give you their success stories.
Yes. Yes, you know, sometimes they send me texts. They send me like, I'm pregnant, and they send me pictures of the ultrasound of their babies when they have not been able to conceive before. And in January, we had three couples that got pregnant. So it is beautiful, it's wonderful, and really all of these success stories and all of these celebration that they have is really enriching this teaching more and more and more. And also, when the couples are learning, it's not like you come to one appointment and that's it. No, it has a follow-up. So it is required that the couples or the woman, sometimes they can come together. When they're already married, the woman can come by herself. It's better that they learn from the couples, you know, together. So they come to the first consultation, and after this, it takes about 3 or 4 more sessions, so every 2 or 3 weeks for them to learn the method. And we're always available by text or by phone whenever
they have questions.
When they have questions.
What are some common questions that you get from couples?
Well, when they're learning, they're always hesitant, am I doing this right or not? So a while ago, somebody was texting me saying, is this the right code because we use codes to represent if the woman is fertile or not. And is this right, this color that I'm putting? You know, I don't know what to do with my descriptions. Is these descriptions about my fertility okay? And those are questions that once you start learning this method, you'll know what I mean more clearly. But it is questions that have to do, am I doing this right, really? And I love them because they don't have to wait until they have the next appointment for us to be able to take care of this doubt, of this kind of maybe, I don't know, this. I also sense something else, like I sense this kind of awe and celebration that they're discovering. Women are discovering something that they didn't know their body is giving them naturally, which is a sign of fertility. So questions have to do with this, and I really like them.
Right, becoming more in tune with yourself and the miracle of life. And it really speaks to the journey that a couple takes together, that they, when they get married, they are uniting into a family and journeying together in life.
Yes, it is a wonderful opportunity to continue to enrich this marriage and this union even more deeply.
Well, Lydia, where do people get information if they want to learn more?
Yes, we are our office is in McAllen, and like I said, we also do appointments by Skype, and our phone number is 956-534-4895, and we also have a website. Our website is simplenatural.org. You can contact us through there and send us a text, give us a call, and any question you have. And I do consultations from Monday through Saturday at different hours. So it is a pretty, my schedule is pretty open.
Well, Lydia, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been a real pleasure, and there's always something to learn. And I think that this is a great opportunity for couples to learn more about each other and their bond together as well.
Yes, and just to finalize this, I want to invite you today. I think it's today. Pray about it. Come and see us, and I'll be here to help you and to assist you in any way I can. Thank you.
Thank you, Olga. And we'll be right back.
I'm very happy to see so many here, and I'm grateful for your presence and for your witness as defenders of life and as members of the body of Christ, trying to give witness by your presence and by your prayers and by your love. Give a transparent witness to Christ. I'm very grateful. Estoy muy agradecido con todos los que han ayudado para organizar este evento, que para mí siempre se debe de caracterizar como una procesión, un movimiento como cuerpo, como identidad, como comunidad, pasando por el mundo. No es una seña de pasando por el mundo, dando testimonio de la gracia y la presencia del Señor, especialmente una presencia que desea promover la vida, especialmente en este momento y esta ocasión, la vida de los no nacidos. So I'm grateful. This event for me is always an event of a procession. It's not necessarily so much a march, because that's something that has a wider sense. But remember, the Lord Jesus, eternity, we say in the Creed, que Dios de Dios, luz de luz, Dios verdadero, que el Hijo procede del Padre eternamente. That it's the great movement, the Son moves from the Father eternally, ¿no? It's what we say in the Creed. Entonces esa noción de la procesión, que es algo que viene de Dios, ¿no? Y de su corazón, porque el Hijo es el corazón del Padre. Y podríamos decir, ¿no?, que en cierto momento en la eternidad pues se tomó la decisión el Padre que el Hijo se iba a desviar un poco en su procesión para entrar en el mundo. Entonces entra, el Hijo se hace carne, God becomes flesh. The eternal procession that we believe happens between the Father and the Son, kind of the fullness of time, the Son takes a little detour into our world, and he becomes flesh into our time, into our world. El Hijo procede y entra al mundo precisamente para tocar nuestro sufrimiento como seres humanos. He comes into this world to touch our suffering. And to heal it. This is the mission. This is the work of the Lord Jesus, who not only in entering the world, but also in ultimately going to the cross. And ultimately then in showing forth the grace of the resurrection. Yo nomás quiero poner el contexto, el primer paso de este momento, ¿no?, de preparación es queremos proceder con el Hijo. We want to proceed with the Son to be able to contribute to this work of healing of our society, of our families, of this wound, which is so prevalent. Right now, the focus especially on the wound of abortion in our society. But before it's a wound in the society, it's a wound in a person. And so, in many people, it has its effects. Entonces esto, vamos en procesión. We're going to be praying, especially the Divine Mercy Chaplet. We're going to be singing. We're going to be in silence at certain moments to maintain this focus as to what we're trying to do, which is to be witnesses of the presence of the God who embraces life and who creates life and who gives life. Este es el testimonio en la procesión de la presencia de Dios que crea la vida, ama la vida y desea la vida para todos. Esto es, ¿no? This is a very painful moment in the life of the church. We know this. Es un momento de dolor y sufrimiento en la iglesia. Es algo que tenemos que vivir, es algo que Dios es el dueño. El Señor desea la vida y nosotros queremos asociarnos a su deseo. So thank you very much for being here. I pray that our moment of prayer and time during this procession will be a time of grace. It will be difficult. This is always a difficult procession. Pero aceptamos en unión con el Señor, ¿no?, lo que cuesta el testimonio. May God bless and protect you always. El Padre, el Hijo, Espíritu Santo. Amén.
It's always a joy to share some time with you today. We hope that you've enjoyed today's program. There's always so much happening, as I said earlier. Please visit our website and our social media sites where we always keep you informed of the latest that's happening. Be sure to also pick up a copy of the Valley Catholic newspaper. And also on our Facebook, we will be starting our 60 Seconds Around the Church again to give you some of those quick highlights every single week. Again, thank you so much for joining us for Diocese Insight. I am Brenda Nettles-Rojas.
Diocese Insight is brought to you and supported by the Valley Catholic newspaper.